Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft here on the channel. We're going to be going pick by pick, play by play, talking through everything, so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Okie dokie. So, our pack has some incredible cards in it. There is the Karakik Guardian, which is a huge dragon for Teamer that's really strong. There is the Sibzig Appraiser, which is a very flexible common, just does everything you want to do. Winter Night Stories can be pretty reasonable. It definitely can be nice to have the card draw in the late game, especially with the Harmonize ability. And Dalkavan Pack Beast is good if you're playing one of those Mardu aggro decks or the red-white decks that are aggressive. So lots of options here. I have been trying out some Mardu decks recently just to try and get a sense for them because I've played so much Teamer that it's good to kind of know what other archetypes are out there, and I wanted to be a little bit better at them. So I am tempted to take this and then kind of try to show off what a Mardu deck can do, because there are some really good Teamer cards, but I have already played so much Teamer on the channel. I've got a bunch of great videos for that, and so we're going to change it up today and see if we can get a Dalkavan Pack Beasts deck to work, and if Teamer turns out to be open, we can always switch into that. Okie doke. So our first pick, Dalkavan Pack Beasts. Second pick, we could take a Sarkhan. There are some dragons you would want to play in an aggressive Mardu deck, though not necessarily as many. There's another Sibzig Appraiser. There's Kishla Skimmer. We could try to play... I mean, this card's really just a red-white card. There's not really a good follow-up, necessarily. There's Stormplane Detainment, which is a fine removal spell. But Sibzig Appraiser into Sibzig Appraiser would be my full try-hard mode. But I do want to show off at least some of the other strategies that are available in the set. Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant is tempting, because if you do have a dragon, then he's pretty great. The white dragon is okay. The red dragon's solid. Maybe I'll just take Sarkhan. He can do some work. I don't care about Stormplane Detainment too much in my aggressive red-white decks. And boom, just like we drew it up, Shocking Sharpshooter is one of the best cards for a red-white deck. It's so good with Dalkavan Pack Beasts. And we are off to the races. There's also Mardu Monument, which is fantastic for the deck, and Mardu Devotee, which is also fantastic for the deck. So after the first couple picks, you get into this mid-range pack where I could take an Inoc Wayfarer for the blue-green deck that I would be drafting, but Shocking Sharpshooter is going to be perfect in this deck. And I'm feeling pretty good about the Sarkhan pick, too. I'll have time to find some dragons, put a little bit of extra emphasis on them. If I wasn't taking this, I would take Devotee. I think it's the most important play for the early turns in these decks, so you can potentially cast your splash cards, but mostly just curve out, have a nice one-drop, and then Monument is also excellent. But love to see the Sharpshooter here. And now we get a Salt Road Pack Beast. So this is really going quite well. It's funny because once you've played these aggressive decks a little bit, you get a new appreciation for these cards, whereas before I would have been like, okay, I guess I would be just taking these blue and green cards, which also would work out. But starting off with the Pack Beast has given me the flexibility to go okay, Sharpshooter pick 3 is actually quite good, and Pack Beast is going to be a really nice addition to this deck as well. Okay, now there's a 2-mana 3/1 attacker. There's also Jeskai Monument. I could be a Jeskai aggro deck. There's definitely some tools to go that direction. There's a Jeskai Devotee. There's a Furious Forebear as well, which is maybe just a better pick. Jeskai can be a nice red-white shell. You play red-white, splash blue for some stuff. At the top end, I think I'm just going to take the Furious Forebear, get another good 2-drop. Now there's Breaching Dragonstorm, which I don't love. There's Osseous Exhale, which is a totally fine removal spell. Not the greatest removal spell in the world, but totally solid. Maybe the Jeskai deck would have worked out a little bit better, but we could have gotten the land there. We still kind of have outs to be this Jeskai deck. We keep seeing cards for it, but Furious Forebear is a really nice 2-drop. Just attacks quite well. As a 3/1, comes back in the late game. Plays well with Mobilize, and boom, pick 8. That's one of the things about this deck, is you can sometimes get really good cards late. Frontline Rush is a perfect combat trick / tool to go wide. The Sarkhan is a little bit... He's not going to make the cut unless we get a couple dragons, but if you have 3 or 4 dragons, he can be pretty reasonable. Okay, this is a dragon technically, but we don't really want to go that direction. I don't really want to take the Artisan either, though. I think I'll just take Blossoming Sands. There's no real pull into the other cards for me. Now I guess I'll take Desperate Measures over Summit Intimidator. So with Dalkovin Pack Beasts, what you want to do is you want to have ways that you can just attack with it every time. So combat tricks are really good with it. So cards like Frontline Rush are premium. And cards that just enable it to attack. So like cards that give it indestructible or things like that. I love Rebellious Strike. It's really good with the Pack Beast. It's really good with the 1/1s the Pack Beast makes. It's a really good card for this sort of deck in general because you want to be able to attack, and this card does enable attacks quite well. I also don't mind Rescue Leopard in this shell. When you're attacking, Rescue Leopard just does good work. Messenger is not a card I love. I also hate Reverberating Summons, though, so I guess I'll just take the Messenger. Lightfoot Technique is a much worse version of Rebellious Strike because you want to be able to use your combat tricks on your 1/1 tokens that they're blocking, and you can use Rebellious Strike pretty happily there, and Lightfoot Technique not so much. I don't mind Aussie's Exhale either, though. They block a token, you kill it. Their guy. Just a splash, a dabbling of red, as it were. We're seeing like the red aggressive cards. We're not seeing like the red generically good cards, which means the person passing to me could be in Teamer and are taking like the good kill spells and stuff, but that is fine for me. Here we're going to get another Salt Road Pack Beast. I think it's a lot better than Bone Cairn Butcher, not only because it's way easier on the mana, and as you see, I currently have no mana to help splash anyway, but also just like a totally great card that you're happy to play. Plays great with Pack Beasts, plays great with like Frontline Rush if you're making the tokens. Nice payoff for being in a go wide deck. So far, we've got a lot of good cards here. I don't love this just because it's hard to cast on curve. It's like attacks is just a 4/4, so they can block it down pretty easily a lot of the time. Like they block it with a Rescue Leopard or something. Wingblade Disciple is really good. If I was going more Jeskai, I could maybe got that. Jeskai I generally view as more of a controlling deck, and this deck felt more aggressive to me. Like Dalkovin Pack Beast is not a Jeskai card, really. You don't really have as many tools to maximize this, but I still maybe should have considered going Jeskai a little bit more heavily because getting blue cards like that is pretty strong. But Shocking Sharpshooter is also at its best in Mardu. So we'll see how this works out. Pack 2 should be pretty solid. And also, it's not really Mardu. It's more red-white. So not even trying to splash that much. Okay, now I think we take Twin Maw Stormbrood. This card is really, really good. Great kill spell, great flying threat. I also like Salt Road Pack Beasts, and the Fleeting Effigy is quite good in this deck. Shock Brigade is also a really good 2-drop in this deck. Probably the best common 2-drop in this deck, maybe even better than the Molten Exhale, just because you care about getting the token a lot when you have Rebellious Strikes and stuff like that. Would love a Pack Beast, but Twin Maw Stormbrood is just too good. Really good removal spell, helps you enable your attacks, and then the late game is a giant flyer to finish the game. Okay, we're going to keep taking the Salt Road Pack Beasts. I do like Quarry Mountain Monastery, but in this deck, I like this better actually, honestly, in like my Teamer decks, because you'll have the island to make it come in untapped, and then it gives you a late game edge. Whereas in these decks, if you get to the late game in your Mardu deck, or your red-white deck specifically, you kind of end up in a little bit of trouble. So Salt Road Pack Beast is good. It will make me want cards like Underfoot Underdogs a bit more. 2 bodies, 1 card, just double discount on this. Make it easier to cast on turn 4. You really want to be able to cast this on turn 4. So we will take the Salt Road Pack Beast. Cheap removal is really premium in this deck. Early curve, really premium. Cards that make multiple bodies for 1 card are premium. Okay, Sun Pearl Kieran is fantastic. So is Sunset Strike Master. So Kieran can bounce the tokens to draw cards. It can... Sunset Strike Master gets me mana. This is a flyer, so it attacks better. I'm going to take the Kieran. I think the fact that it's a flyer pushes it over the top for me. Gosh, it is tricky, though. They're both really good. I actually will take the Strike Master. It just makes my curve outs more consistent. Seeing some Jeskai Brushmaster action. I will just take the Duelist. Seize Opportunity is really just like a inefficient card, I think, a lot of the time. That was a really close pick, though. Kieran versus Strike Master is really close. think on turn 2, I'd rather have Strike Master. And on turn 10, I'd rather have Kieran. I don't actually like this card that much for my decks. I'd rather take a Bearer of Glory or Coordinated Maneuver. I think Bearer of Glory is better here. Plays really well with Dalkovin. It's a 2-drop. Coordinated Maneuver my wheel. I don't love the Starry-Eyed Skyrider. It is a combo with Dalkovin Pack Beasts. That's for sure. Lets the tokens attack. But you really want to be using... I like having at least one copy of Bearer of Glory in my deck. Let's put it that way. I'll take Bloodfell Caves in case there's a card I want to splash. That could maybe help me. The Venerated Stormsinger is pretty solid, but a little bit hard to use. But it is a really good combo with the Pack Beast. Ooh, nice pickup. Zurgo's Vanguard. This card hits like a truck. I wouldn't mind Stormplane Detainment. I'm currently not feeling bad about my choice of taking... Actually, I kind of am regretting taking the Sarkhan here. I have 1 dragon, so Sarkhan's probably getting in at that point if I get 1 more dragon, but Zurgo's is pretty great to add. And then I get a Rescued Leopard. But now that I have 1 dragon, it is a really powerful thing to do, is just turn 2, make a treasure. If I get 2 more dragons, I'll be pretty happy. I would happily play the 5-mana 3/3 haste dragon. I would happily play the... Nice, we wield Shock Brigade. Huge. What a pickup. I would play the white common dragon, the red common dragon. So... I have a lot of 2-drops. Sure, we'll take Tranquil Cove. Might as well. I'm not taking any of these other cards. But we're mostly just a red-white deck straight up. Four, 5, 6, 7 2-drops. Already kind of set on my 2-drop count, which is nice. Ooh, look, a combat trick. I could play that. Okay, so this is the dragon that makes my other cards a little bit better. My Sarkhan, just a nice little tool in the belt. It's also Osseous Exhale. Kill random blockers. My kill spell suite is currently currently just Osseous Exhale. Coordinated Maneuver might be okay. My creature count's a little bit low. I do want Sarkhan to be good, though, so I think taking this card's not horrific. I'm just going to take the Exhale, though. Beautiful. This is just what I wanted. Twin Maw Stormbrood is the perfect card for me. I wouldn't mind Reigning Victor. Molten Exhale's great. Stormbrood's good. The land would be good for me. Playing like 1 dual land is great, but Twin Maw Stormbrood is perfect. Okay, and this is the sort of card you splash. Your all-out assaults of the world. This card is so messed up. It's going to be hard for me to cast, but so worth it. Did I take the treasure guy? I did not. I regret everything. This card's also good, and this guy's good, but we got to take all-out assault and then try to get it to work in our deck. I do like Fleeting Effigy. Nice little 1-drop. But, yeah, Coordinated Maneuver's fine. Fleeting Effigy's great, though. Okay, I'm not going for Tempest Hawk. I think I could take Embermouth Sentinel. It's terrible, but could help my mana. I don't want to play this card. We'll consider it at least. Now there's a Storm Shriek Feral, so getting my 3rd dragon for Sarkhan to get the treasure to help me splash. I would love Rebellious Strike, though, but Storm Shriek Feral is going to be essential for me. I guess I can take Reigning Victor now. Or I could take Narset's Rebuke. I like Narset's Rebuke. It's a kill spell. I don't have a ton of those. So actually, I do have a decent number of kills. 1, 2, 3, 4. I cut Fire Rim form. Gonna cut the Sentinel. I really don't want to play that. Definitely adding in the Bloodfell Caves. I hope the red-white land wheels. I don't think it will, though. It's a popular color combination. Then I'm hoping that my Sarkhan can get a treasure sometimes. I kind of regret not taking the 4-mana 3/3 Prowess guy that makes a treasure, because that card's really helpful for splashing single cards. So I have one more new pack, and then we'll see if we wheel anything useful for our splashing purposes. Well, this card's pretty good. Mardu Siegebreaker. Pretty great with like Saw Road Pack Beasts and stuff. Coordinated Maneuver, sure, we can play that. We'll just take this. We're not taking any of the other cards. That's why Martyr Devotee is so essential. Just take cards for the collection. Embermouth Sentinel, you're getting in there. We play one swamp. We have Embermouth, Swamp, Bloodfell Caves, sometimes Sarkhan. So if we play two swamps, yeah, we'll play two swamps. That gives us 2, 3, 4 for 2 cards. Interesting. Sarkhan might be very useful to us. We could also just not splash this guy. Like, what is he copying that's good above him on the curve? Nothing great. A lot of my cards have attack triggers. He's just really good at copying Assault Road Pack Beast. We're going to cut this guy. So we can play one Swamp, one Bloodfell Caves, one this. So this is 1, 2, 3 sources plus Sarkhan sometimes makes a treasure for this. And this card's good enough to be worth the splash. Perfect. And worth playing this guy as well. I'm liking what I see here. The coordinated maneuver is a little bit dicey, so we'll cut that. And then we will cut... My creature count is 18. I don't really want to cut much else. I kind of want to cut Rescue Leopard. Or whatever my worst 2-drop is, which is this guy. I guess I can cut a Furious Forebear. Yeah, my curve is very low. I kind of like Rescue Leopard for getting rid of land, so I'll cut a Furious Forebear. And run it like this. I think it should be pretty good. And yeah, I'll see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel and my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon support helps me make high quality content on a consistent basis that will help you improve at draft and have more fun playing Magic the Gathering. Patrons also gain access to exclusive bonus resources like my card by card tier list where I grade every card in the set on an A through F scale, and my format thoughts document where I provide extra insights and stuff that I'm thinking about while playing the format. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really does make a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We'll keep this hand. It's got the Sentinel. It's got a Pack Beast as well, which isn't looking the best here. We will take it here. We will use it to get a mount into the top of our deck. there goes Vanguard. Sorrowed Pack Beast is coming down next turn. We'll see how that turns out. Okay. That's a great draw. So 1, 2. So I really want to play the Fleeting Effigy, so that'll make this a 3. This attacks, makes a 1/1. They'll block here. I really want to get this Pack Beast into play this turn. And I suspect they'll block the 2/2 because it saves them the most damage. Which means I can then cast this for 1 mana. That is surprising. Quite surprising, in fact. It did cost me a treasure, so I guess it was smart of them. Them casting this instead of like a random dragon was pretty great for me. If I do draw a land, though, this becomes quite good. Nice. Do they have Snakeskin Veil? Of course they do. It's tough. I guess I got too greedy. I could have played this guy and then used my Rebellious Strike. Karakik. Nope. Okay, this is terrible for me now. Okay. No attacks. They do want to attack me here. Okay, they draw a card. That's pretty great for them. I'm chipping in for 1 a turn, though. I can play the Stormshriek Feral. And they're going to struggle to attack me, I think. Because this 7/8, they're... Okay, never mind. They will attack me at will. If I draw a land, I can use this plus Rebellious Strike. They have a counterspell too? Nope. Okay, perfect. If they have a punch spell, I don't think I was going to win this game anyway. This thing can go get a land directly into play now. I can't play it all. Actually, I can. I can play this for 2 white, this for red, this for red, white. Okay, Molten Exhale. I'm glad they did not have that last turn. No attacks. I've got a tidy little setup here for the time being. Boom! They cannot handle the shocking sharpshooter. Got him. Nice. You gotta be aggressive. Got to be aggressive if you're playing these decks. Just attack. Hope they don't have it sometimes. Know that if you've been in those situations before where you don't have it and you can't play scared the whole time. Sometimes, if you've played a lot of things like Teamer, you get used to playing a little bit cautiously because you know you win the late game. But when you don't win the late game, you just got to assume they don't have the spell to blow you out sometimes. And like half the time they'll have it, half the time they won't. And you'll win the games where they don't have it. Like if they'd had that Molten Exhale to kill my 3/3 flyer in response to my +3/+0, I don't think I win that game. But I also don't know if I was winning that game if I didn't kill their 1/5 blocker. Because the 1/5 was what they was giving them the confidence to attack me for 7 a turn. And without that, I was able to push through. So you got to know, pick your spots. Also, Sarkhan was definitely worth the pick. The exile removal spell would have been pretty okay, but it was nice to be able to get that extra oomph. The treasure, the flying part, pretty nice. Not to mention the treasure. Okay, this is a keeper. Sentinel just doing good work here, getting me my red mana, helping me be able to keep more hands. If I draw a mountain, I can even get a swamp. Relic, okay. I did draw a mountain, perfect. Now this guy will get swamp. There's a chance I wasn't supposed to get anything, but because I have the Rescue Leopard, I feel confident in my ability to do stuff still. Forecaster, sure. Globe, okay. So this guy cannot be able to kill flyers, but this thing can. Okay. Discard the land, draw another land. Okay. Get the Strike Master going, and my 4/2 did dig me past one of my lands, so that was good. That's one of the benefits of Ozzy's Exhale, is it's not a punch spell or something like that. Wow, they're discarding Right of Renewal. Sure. I will just play my 5 and a 4/3 because then, ooh, That could be really good down the line. Because I just want to have some extra pressure in play to hit them for damage. While I do my thing. The all-out assault's going to be great, though. They have another Dragonstorm globe. Yep. This guy just getting globes is pretty good. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 6. So if they have a land... them being able to kill this pack beast would be pretty bad for me. We're just going to bank on them not having it for a turn. Because if they don't have it, we win. Of course they have it. Why wouldn't they? I really needed them not to draw that land. I think I win if they don't. Because I hit them for 5, 8, 9, 12. But sometimes your opponents are going to have it. Just trying to do what I can. I assume they have some instant speed thing to wreck me. But you really want to go as wide as possible with your all-out assaults. They might hold back the 6/6 now. They do not. This thing can kind of kill people out of nowhere. Because Mobilize is really good with it too. It's funny because the token doesn't have haste. That's why you splash all out assault. Killed him from like 21 or something. That was a lot of life. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, that's what it can do. I'm glad that I'm getting to showcase off what this deck can do a little bit. Even if it might not have been the path that I would have chosen if I was in like the highest stakes situation, getting to show off that red-white is a capable deck, I think is valuable. Because I have been kind of the anti-red-white. I've been playing so many teamer decks. And this is a really powerful archetype when it's open. The Embermouth Sentinel getting Swamp ended up being very clutch there. But yeah, All Out Assault is a messed up card. Okay, we can keep this. Also, Mardu Devotee is great for enabling Pack Beasts. Like, I would have taken that card over most things. I think the only thing I took over it was, like, some crazy... yeah, I took the, like, Dragon kill spell over it, I think. But other than that, mostly just... Ooh, we're against Abzan. Interesting. Warden of the Grove. Sure. Hate to see it. We're just gonna hope they attack us. Which they probably won't, but maybe they will. You got to gamble a little bit, risk it for the biscuit in some cases. Because next turn I want to go 2-drop plus Aussia's Exhale on their Warden of the Grove. Sure, that will not trigger this because it's non-token. Okay, they're deciding whether or not to attack. This is a key moment. Oh, don't. Oh, they're too clever for me. They're too clever. Gosh, this is frustrating. You're gonna make a 2-2 probably. Losing to the Warden of the Grove is not a huge deal though. They might be playing around +3/+0 or something. This game's over. 'Tis over. I didn't have a kill spell for Warden. That is why Aussia's Exhale is worse than other kill spells. Like, if this was, obviously, you would have to take them at different times in the draft, but if this was 2-mana deal 4, I think I would be winning this game by a lot. Gosh. Just casual 3 mana for a 5/5, 3/3, 2/2, and 3/3. I've had messed up games that I win with rares too, though, so I can't really complain. Okay, and then of course the Stalwart Successor triggers again. I'm just going to concede because there's no point. Yep, Warden of the Grove is good, and I don't have the most kill spells. Oh, imagine if they had attacked into me on turn 3, though. I think I telegraphed it too much. Like, I should have just played out my cards. Well, that's retrospect. I think at the time it was okay. Because they're just playing around specifically Aussia's Exhale, and they might just be in a spot where they're like, okay, I don't mind. I don't think they have it. Red-White doesn't always play that card. But I have 2 copies of the Twin Brood guy, so I have answers to it. I just didn't draw one of them. Just, you really want to kill that thing on sight. And slowing down my curve out. I mean, it wasn't like I was 1 card away from the Twin Brood or whatever. So I wasn't like about to draw it, and then I played conservatively, so didn't draw it. Okay. This is a good hand again. Sarkhan with the dragon once more. Embermouth Sentinel doing some work. Getting me my white mana. Being on the draw is a little bit annoying, but, you know, that's how it goes. Perfect. Look at the Strike Master. If they don't kill it, I'm going to be in great shape. Because I'm going to be able to go Sharpshooter, Sarkon. Next turn, play Feral. Tempest Hawk, okay. And I have a blocker for their Tempest Hawk even. Kind of nice. And eventually this all-out assault is going to do some crazy work. Might as well block. Sure. They spend their turn on that, though. Beautiful. Do I want to save my treasure, or do I want to... Yeah, I think I want to save my treasure. If they hit me with a Tempest Hawk and play another Tempest Hawk, I am fine. Because I think I just killed him with all-out assault then. Tempest Hawk on defense? Evo T, okay. Two to the top. Okay, so they're missing land drops maybe, and they just want to try to stall while they wait. Okay. So I think I'm going to play this guy. Miss out on one attack with the Strike Master, because Strike Master is going to trade with Tempest Hawk anyway. So I get to put the card into play tapped. Get a mountain. Play this thing. Win the game. Pretty much. It doesn't necessarily win me the game. It's just like pretty dang close to it, I think. Like, I assume they have a way to kill my Stormshriek Feral here for 2 mana, like an Osseous Exhale or something. Or like block Pump Spell, or... Like, the reason they didn't attack with this is because they have a Pump Spell of some kind. Okay, they have Osseous Exhale. Interesting. Would I rather trade this for this? I think so. So this card I wasn't going to be able to play around either way. Maybe I should have taken a setup turn to just like kill their Tempest Hawk and hit them for 5 or something. Or just not attack them because I knew they had something. I might have choked this. They do have a lot of cards in hand, and I'm kind of out of gas. They got a favorable trade with the Rebellious Strike. I could have just kept the Sharpshooter around, maybe not blocked, that sort of thing. I'm probably still winning this game, because like if they just play a creature here, like they're dead pretty much. Not dead, you know. I kill their creature, hit them for 4. That's a good creature to have. I think I have to do this. I would normally like to blow them out, but I want to deploy this guy as well. Trading a 3-2 for a 2-1. It's going to happen regardless. This way I at least force them to do it. And now I have a lethal rescue leopard. Dalkovans, sure. That is a chump blocker, and we get the win. Nice. Our deck is kind of cruising. I like it. I like it. I like it. It's doing well. And I'm really glad I get to showcase some of these cool cards that I have not been playing much for obvious reasons. I have not been playing Mardu, or red-white specifically. But this card, do we want to make any changes? The Embermouth has been so good for us. The Sarkon's honestly been pretty great too. Rescue Leopard would have been great that game. Yeah, I think we're pretty happy with this. The Coordinated Maneuver would have been good that one time, but I think overall we'd rather have a more reliable removal spell. We have plenty of removal. Narset's Rebuke was good there. So maybe Narset's Rebuke is unnecessary in this deck, and we'd rather just have another creature, but I like kind of having the instant speed kill spell. It's a pretty nice option to have in the arsenal, the old tool belt. Okay, another keeper. Turn 2 this. Hope to draw something else, but we can always just discard cards. Turn 2 Shocking Sharpshooters may be one of the best turn 2 plays. Though usually you'd rather have a follow-up to go with it. We have some kill spells we can use. Stormplane Detainment? No! I will ditch the Osseous Exhale. Okay. Okay, give me a creature. Perfect. Okay, I've got a creature in play now. My Salt Road Pack Beasts are a little cheaper. If I draw another 2-drop, I can go 2-drop into Pack Beast. Oh my gosh, they're just punching my guy. Oh no. That's not great. They're keeping both on top. Well, this is about the most awkward possible draw. I've drawn every single expensive card in my entire deck. Three, 4, 5. Yeah, I have to do this. Too much damage otherwise. This is horrific. Krumar Initiate. So you're wondering why I didn't play this? It's because I'm pretty much sure I have to kill the Host of the Hereafter with the exile removal spell that I've got. Otherwise, they just stack the counters on it. I was hoping they would draw a land to use this and then try to load up their guy. This is so bad. It is awkward to draw Pack Beasts. I mean, I literally drew every single expensive spell in my deck, which is the worst possible outcome because now I have only cheap spells in my deck and they're not at their best on turn 20. Okay. Boom. Gonna save it for a glorious all-out assault, hopefully. This card plus all-out assault is also a combo because it'll deal death touch damage. From our initiate, it's going to start making creatures too, which is annoying. This game really just did not go my way. Here it comes, Armament Dragon. I think I'm going to bank on, so there's 3, 6, 11, 14. I know at 9. I almost just didn't block there. That would have been bad. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6. Yeah, this game's over. I did not get off to a fast start. That is the downside of this deck as well. Is if you do not draw your early game in the early game, then you just get owned. I will just scoop it up. Maybe I should have not scooped, but yeah, because I can go get a swamp there. They attack, I have to block, and then chump. And I'm just, there's no way I ever win that game. Especially with 2 cards in hand, and I know that they're not lands. Because if they had been lands, they would have played their Armament Dragon way sooner. Yeah, that one was unfortunate. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan that hand. I mean, my hand had a 2-drop in it, so I thought that would be a very ambitious mulligan. It's just... yeah, I played a 2-drop on turn 2. I had my Pack Beast. It just didn't draw well. That is one of the things. I mean, I guess you can draw badly with any deck, but some decks are more forgiving for late game situations. So the fast decks, you need to have good draws for the early turns. Okay. Big game here. We'll keep it. I don't love the Aussie's exhales. They have so far been slightly underwhelming. I have loved the Sunset Strike Master pick, though. That has been a great choice. Lead with the Strike Master. I suspect Strike Master is dead. Nope, Tawny back, perfect. Perfecto. If I play this guy... I attack next turn, kill the Tawny back. Like this. I'll have a bunch of 1/1s. One of the 1/1s will get eaten, so I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. So this will cost 2 mana. I can even play this in. Because I'll have to spend 2 mana next turn, so that's 1, 2. I'll have 3 mana left. But only enough red to play the Salt Road Pack Beast, but only if everything goes perfectly. I think I will still play the Pack Beast. Mostly because... Oh, they have a 4th color. Nice. Because if I don't play the Pack Beast here... I mean, they're not going to attack into my Furious Forebear with their 4/3 anyway, so I won't get to use my Osseous Exhale, so it's spending less mana overall. This works way better for me now. Okay. Okay. I didn't want to do it that turn because they're just incentivized to just double block my guy. Or triple block my guy. But now that they might have other blocking considerations, my Osseous Exhale is more likely to do what I want it to. Ooh, if I ever draw a swamp, this game is over. I don't have that many red sources in the deck. I mean black sources. I would have definitely played one of these if I had one. I should have taken one. I saw one in the late pack and I just ignored it. That's a trade I make. Ooh. This frontline rush could be pretty good. Because I have 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures in play. That's literally the best possible block for me. Seems like a pretty solid outcome, but, you know, they just play a big creature here, and then I'm in trouble again. It's not quite a big creature. Get my swamp. The Embermouth Sentinel doing huge work. So the reason I'm playing my land is maybe they'll be able to like play the counter spell that counters unless I pay 1. So 1 extra mana could be the difference. Nice. Got a nice little win there. Huge. So Yeah, definitely play it before the first combat. Just win the game. Nice. We've secured a winning record, which is always a good place to be. Always a good place to be. That one turn with the Aussie's Exhale was pretty much the perfect way they could have blocked for me, based on the cards in my hand. I kind of want to try Fire Rim Form over an Aussie's Exhale. I actually kind of want to try Coordinated Maneuver over an Aussie's Exhale. And I kind of want to... What's a bad card I could cut? Creature count is at 17. Yeah, I kind of want to try more of my cards, but... Yeah, Coordinated Maneuver seems good when you have Dalcom Pack Beasts. And like a couple of other cards I have. I don't know. Aussie's Exhale is also pretty reasonable. But like, Coordinated Maneuver would have helped me win that game against their 3-mana 2/2 guy, I think. It incentivizes me to play to the board, which is what my deck wants to do anyway, versus hold up my mana, which I don't really want to do. Though they're both pretty much equal when I attack. Okay, perfect hand. Not really perfect, but we have all our colors, which I love. We've got a Sharpshooter for turn 2. We got some kill spells, so... And my deck has plenty of creatures, so kill spells is a fine place to be. Narcissus Rebuke, I like. I think it's probably not the greatest in my deck. I think it's much better in like a slower deck a lot of the time, where you can get to turn 5, use it to double spell, versus this deck where I kind of deploy all my cards in advance of that a lot of the time. Oh, I am on the play. Jeez, I was not paying attention. Okay. I think Shock Brigade on turn 2 is better because it hits for more damage, and I can play this pre-combat to then get an extra thing from this thing, mobilizing 1. So it's just more damage in the long run. Unless they immediately kill this. But if they immediately killed this, it would also be a similar outcome. They'd have to go like Mountain, Dragonfire thing. Unending Whisper, sure. Swamp. They have the Exhale, the Caustic. Change of plan. I'm playing my Rescue Leopard. So they're just holding full control. Or they have the Exhale. Either way, I'm not going to change my play. Getting the Leopard down is definitely the best move here for me now. Helps me. If I hit a land, I can go boom, land, Rebellious Strike, kill whatever they play to block my Shock Brigade with. Wow, they're playing a fetch land. That's crazy. Every point of life counts. I guess you need the fixing where you can get it. In limited, this is just like worse than a gain land a lot of the time. Though it does come in untapped, which is relevant, so maybe not worse than a gain land. But losing life instead of gaining life is a factor. Looks like they do play on full control, which is interesting. It's kind of irritating as well. For them, I'm not irritated, but like it does make the gameplay less smooth, which maybe would make me play better. I'm not sure. I just don't like having to click continue over and over. in person, I play on full control. I'm not saying I'm auto-passing. They have the Caustic Exhale. They just don't have a dragon. Interesting. Sure. So far, this card, I think, has done more damage because it's hit them for 2, 4. And this would have hit them for 2 damage and... maybe it was slightly suboptimal. I don't know. 2, 4. And this card would have been 2, 4 because this guy would have come into play. And it would have hit him for 2. But this guy has Menace, so he's like better against other plays. And I really want to draw a land so I can go this guy and then have Rebellious strike up. This guy's really good once you get your Mobilize engine going. It's funny because this deck, you get a lot of cards in the middle of the pack that you're really happy to get. And in the draft portion, but you end up having to like take cards that you're not the happiest to like first pick or whatever. Oh, baby. Please say this works. So they had 2 Caustic Exhales. Do they have a third? Probably not. Play the land first in case they have counter unless you pay 2. Bummer. That is sad. Okay, their deck has had such a good draw against me that losing this game would not be shocking to me. They've gone 2-mana kill spell, 2-mana kill spell, 2-mana kill. They've played 3 2-mana kill spells against me. Because normally, like, they have to spend, like, more mana to deal with your threats. But you're, like, playing 2 drops, they're killing them for, like, 3 mana, 4 mana. Here, they're just playing, like, perfect card every turn. Like, I don't know if you could have drawn up a better way to beat my deck than the cards they had in their opening hand. Which is the downside of my sort of deck, where, like, if I was playing a control deck myself, I wouldn't really care about 1-for-1 removal as much. Sure. My plan is going to be to play the Twin Maw Stormbrood. And use that to kill them. Because maybe they don't have another answer. So my draws are either land, which helps me play the Stormbrood, or spell, which is perfect, because I want spells. And if they just crack the Monument, that's good for me too. I can block those tokens forever. I'm glad I have the Coordinated Strike too as an answer to this fresh start. Eventually I'll draw that. Maybe. Sure. They're copying my Pack Beast. It's a crazy move. Guess they just want an 0-4 blocker. Oops. If they'd only waited. Do they have a counterspell? Please no. If they'd only waited, they could have gotten a copy of a Twin Maw Stormbrood. I was never playing around this card. They have 2 cards in hand, and they have an Unending Whisper that's going to be real hard to flash back. have 4 red, so I can just get us planes with this guy, I think. If they don't kill the Stormbrood, which I assume they're probably going to kill it. I mean, though they have played 3 kill spells already, so if their deck has like 6 of them, they might be running low. And they might have killed my sharpshooter if they had a kill spell. So I probably would have tried to kill the sharpshooter. It does so much damage. But maybe they were canny. Maybe they saved a removal spell for the Stormbrood they knew would come. But that is part of the power of the Stormbrood. Is a lot of the time it's a 2-mana kill spell, and then some of the time it's a giant flyer to win you the game. Okay, so they're attacking me. I really do not care about the 3 damage, so I will not block. I could have blocked with the pack beasts, I guess, to save myself 1 life point. But the reason I didn't block this guy is maybe they have a card that's like, okay, they renew onto this thing to make all their guys 5/4s and then punch my guy. Or something like that. But I should have just thrown this guy in front of a 1/1, saved 1 point of damage. I do not think the game will come down to that, but if I lose by 1 life point... Haste makes waste, as they say. Okay, terrible draw, but you know, such is life. I'm not afraid of a pump spell, because if they had a pump spell, it would have probably been the Sarkon's one, and they would have used it. Do I even have... Yeah, I already have my discard card gone. Swamp was the worst choice for me to get. This guy's equally vulnerable to any kill spells that deal 2 will also deal 3, presumably. Oh. Okay. 7/7, nice. Every creature I draw brings me 1 step closer. And every card they draw brings them 1 step closer. But like, 4 creatures is a long ways away. But they can't attack me for really any damage. Because I can block their flyers. It's just if my Stormbrood dies. I will use the Strike Master to kill the Wingblade Disciple, though. So that they can't just make endless 1/1 chump blockers. This is the classic where they're like, gosh, I'm so close to dead. And I'm like, yes, you are so close to dead. Okay. Giving their guys vigilance is not great for me. That's really funny. They're going to lose 2 life. They might even just be dead on board if they attack with both. No blocks. So they lose a life. Nice little draw there. Classic Yathan Tomb Guard situation. I have 5 creatures in play. Hate to see it. Maybe they'll forget the sharpshooter has reach. Gosh, if I draw a creature this turn, I think I win. Because I think that they will have to hit me incrementally, probably. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to Strike Master kill their guy sooner. Yeah, because them getting 1 extra bird is actually a big deal here. So they go to 1. Kishla Trawlers, sure. Getting back Caustic Exhale. Ooh. I don't know if that's good enough. Gosh, that's unfortunate. I was so close. I can chump block the Duziad Earthcarver with my pack beasts. Basically, I can't kill the Dalkovan pack beasts that they have. Because then they would make everything a copy of the Earthcarver, and they have a couple of 1/1s that would be like 4/4s, and then I would die. Sure. Am I just dead here? I wonder. Well, this is Menace. I have to jump there. Yep, I'm dead. I had 1 draw. Actually, maybe not. So I take 1, 2. So I block there. This guy's going to block, and then he's going to kill the Wingblade Disciple. No, I really want to kill the Pack Beast. So this guy blocks a guy that would have killed him. This guy blocks there. So Pack Beast will die. So I'm going to take 2, 3, 4, and go to 1. Might as well keep my guy around. So this gives me... block there. Kill the 1/1. I think there's a way for me to survive this. Actually, no, I think I die exactly. Oh, man. That's so unfortunate. Gosh, if I'd just drawn a creature instead of this all-out assault. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I feel so sad. I had so many good outs for so long. They just had the perfect answers, and I still almost won. Gosh, that's tough. Oh, man, that's tough. Well, we did our best. I mean, if I draw Frontline Rush ever, if I draw to get 2 creatures, if I just draw a creature on that last turn, if I draw a Pack Beast when I have infinite creatures, so it's a 1-mana cantrip. The Feral would have given me a couple flyers. I guess, was that the game where I said if I lose by 1 life point? That was the game. Oh my gosh. Well, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag 1life to let me know that you made it all the way to the end, because that 1 life point that I punted away very early on in that game turned out to be the exact difference maker that cost me the match. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm definitely disappointed in myself, but I will move on and do better next time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.